Good evening, everyone, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
I'm Judge James.
I'm Judge Evie.
And this is the legendary Walls Dungeon Tavern. What were you going to say?
Why'd your voice down here?
I don't know. I have a wizard because I'm a wizard. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, and this is the Walls Dungeon Tavern.
Well, okay, we said that. And this is Living for Crits.
Yeah.
And hello. And I've got a thing on my nose.
And I've got a thing on my head.
So we thought we'd wear our costumes. This is more of a cosplay outfit, I guess. I don't have a costume, but this is my wizard outfit that I have. And the thing in the front comes way down, but it's really good when I have my Mucosatron Rex slug mask on because it makes sense. But right now it's kind of in the way. So I'm going to tuck the sluggy nose piece up. And now I look kind of like Little Blue Riding Hood.
Yeah. It makes your forehead look really big.
How's that? No?
No.
Anyway, we thought we would do...
No, I didn't get to say who I was.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm Totoro.
From the movie.
Yeah.
About Totoro.
Totoro.
Called, was it My Neighbor, Our Neighbor Totoro?
Yeah.
Fivehead. What is Fivehead?
I don't know.
Hi, Rob.
It means to high five your head.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, first I should note, I want to apologize for the mess behind the computer, or behind the screen back
Should we
there.
show the new
We have a new computer.
Is it going to have a better camera?
I'm going to buy a separate camera for it. We bought a...
Does that mean we're going to have a good camera?
We broke down and bought a PC because Cooper needed a PC for gaming. And with Kerbal Space Program 2 coming out soon, next year, I need a PC for that. And we have T. Hello. Woo, T.
Sounds a little different. I don't know if you'll like it.
Oh, snap. What is
It
that?
is
What?
Madagascar vanilla rooibos.
I don't know if I
What?
want different, but I'll try it.
What is Madagascar?
Vanilla rooibos.
Vanilla rooibos. What is that?
Tea?
I guess we're going to find out. We're going to find out what it
This
is.
is really hot. This is a really hot costume.
It's undrinkably hot.
Like, this is really hot.
All right, so you're going to change out of it?
I wonder what's underneath it, Dad. This is a joke. I mean, because remember before the show I had
Yeah,
a
but
thing?
it comes across weird. So are you going to change to a different costume then?
Yeah.
All right, you want to leave the screen and do that?
Yeah.
'Cause that sounds off. Anyway, our news this week, while Judge Evie changes, is first off that I've run 2 adventures this week. I ran Elzamon, the Blood Drinking Box today out of Chaos Rising, and I ran The Corpse That Love Built on Friday, and there's a review coming this Thursday for that. I should note that my reviews will be back on Thursdays again, not on Mondays, because it's more of a gap between shows, so I think it makes more sense. Did I hear there's an election this week in Pennsylvania? Yes, there is an election this week. I'm aware.
There's also in the world, but...
Is there in the world, in the country?
Christmas
But I'm still gonna game this week.
time is here. Guys, Christmas.
While you were eeping, he sees you when you're sleeping.
Christmas time is here.
We're deep into Hollow Thanksmas now. That's for sure.
It's Christmas.
So with the couple adventures completed, or that means I have 38 modules left to go of the original.
red.
Yeah, I know.
We're having a time.
I know. We're having a lot of buffering issues tonight. But it's okay because our regular recording is still recording. So
true.
that's fine. But yeah, so I've got 38 modules left to finish of my original 35 because I added 7 more on the original 35. So that's happening. So it's going to be, I got a lot of adventures to finish by this time next year. It's going to be crazy. Let's go. Oh, and there's also news that Judge Evie is going to be GMing.
I know, guys. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
So do you want to tell the viewers what you're going to be running?
We don't have a name for it yet.
Sounds good. Sounds exciting.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to fix my shirt, and we're going to do a Judge Evie Presides.
Yeah.
This is the part of the show where shut up with the
I was
complaining.
too
My
hot, and
God.
I'm too
This is the
cold.
part of the show where if you send your questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com, we read them,
We
and
do?
she tries to answer them but doesn't.
Yeah, it's valid. Okay.
Usually I answer them.
Which one should we do first?
Whatever you'd like.
We're going to do Brian.
Cool.
This one is from Brian McKay.
Hi, Brian. Thank you for sending the question in.
What voice should I do?
Whatever you want, so long as it's clear.
I'm finding a tone.
Just do the voice.
But what did I do last time?
I don't know. Just do a voice.
Love the show and hope to watch live one week. But I'm probably watching the Eagles lose to the Cowboys this Sunday night. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry you have to watch that. 1. Can you discuss mercurial magic for DCC a bit specifically? Specifically, how you use the tables and the core rules when rolling spells for new wizards and effects. We've only played in some con games with pre-gen characters and never built one after going through Funnel.
That is a good question. Is that the whole question?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, awesome question, because mercurial magic is one of those things at the core of Dungeon Crawl Classics that I think is skipped over. But you know what? Let's not hear my word for it. Let's hear what Judge Evie has to say about mercurial magic. Judge Evie, what's mercurial magic? Judge Evie.
It's magical.
Man, that's insane, really?
I probably know what it is. I just know it's called.
So what mercurial magic is whenever a wizard learns a spell, and that's starting at first level or whenever the wizard learns a spell, each spell is supposed to have a special mercurial effect.
I knew that.
The idea is when you combine that with how a spell appears when it's cast, like is your magic missile an actual arrow, or is it like a beam, or is it flying eagles? Combined with that, it means the same spell won't be the same when two people cast it. So for instance, when you roll your spell, or pick your spell, or get your spell, each spell is going to have a mercurial effect that's always on. So for instance, if you roll a 32 and it's table 5-2, if you roll a 32, that your spell is circumstantial magic. You can only cast it under specific environmental or personal conditions. And you roll a d10 to see what it is. Is it at night, underground, when you're below 50 hit points, 50% hit points? It can be pretty rough and pretty harsh. That's why your luck bonus does count towards getting you higher up the list. Higher is better. Some spells, when you cast it, if you roll a 33, hairy magic, your hair grows an inch every time the spell is cast. On the flip side, rolls essentially over a 60. Below a 40 is bad, above a 60 is good. Or not bad. So a 64, wheelful or woeful magic. Each time the spell is cast, there's a random 10 to 60% chance the wizard's luck score is altered by the magic. If the wizard's luck is affected, it is either raised 1d3 points, 50% chance, or lowered 1d3 points, 50% chance. So it's a weird effect, but it can happen. If you roll really high, perhaps you roll a d24 or a d30 for the spell. So you do want to roll this and have it with the spell. The challenge is in convention play, mercurial magic can make spellcasting challenging for new players. I do very much like the spell stipulations out of DCC Lankmar, which is very similar, but isn't quite as swingy. It's not so extreme on the chart. But having to play a flute while casting Magic Missile, or having to ring a bell when casting Charm Person, that's kind of interesting. So that's mercurial magic. I invite you for higher level play to take your wizard or elf and try a few effects and see how they work. Good question. Next question.
Nice. what are some of your favorite?
Who's it from?
It's still from Brian.
Okay.
That's why it's still, into the name.
Totally changed the voice there.
What
Great.
are some of your favorite non-DCC settings that you've adapted to DCC? I've watched a few videos where you mentioned Star Wars. Any others?
The accents went from like a weird Southern woman to a New Yorker dude. Nice. What's a setting you've adapted to DCC? You're getting ready to adapt a setting to DCC,
I am?
aren't you?
Is it like a setting?
I mean, it's sort of an adaptation.
Just high schoolers.
Yeah, but isn't it DCC Riverdale?
Kind of? I wasn't allowed to do that.
Oh. So
There's
it's just
parts of it.
DCC high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
I've done
That idea got shut down. by the
DCC
entire
Star Wars,
people.
and I've done some DCC Dark Sun. So I've done some other settings. You could use Space Crawl to do DCC Star Trek if you wanted to. I did some Star Trek-y theme stuff, but there's quite a few options out there. It's not hard to do, just a lot of reskinning. I don't do a lot of hard conversion. Good question.
Nice. Next.
Did I say hi to Lex yet? I
I
don't
don't
think I
know.
did.
Hey-oo.
Next question.
Okay.
Also, Brian?
Yeah.
Wow, 3 questions. Good, dude.
Are you running or playing any games at GameholeCon online?
We are not, unfortunately. So no GameholeCon for us. I am running some one-shots as the year progresses here and there. I've been advertising them on Twitter. The next one I'll be doing is I'm running... I picked up the Web of All Torment recently. And I'll be running the day after Thanksgiving the Gravy of Feathered Torment, which is a Thanksgiving-themed version of this module.
This smells really good.
And the adventure smells great.
Smell it. It smells like a book fair.
It does.
Like elementary school book fair.
Next question.
Yeah.
But no GameholeCon. I'm sorry.
This one's from Greg.
Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Read the question.
Okay.
What's some about this? Isn't it a
I'm
challenging
trying to
question?
think of what voice to do.
Just ask the question.
And this is say, what is the worst starting occupation you can roll up? What's the best?
All right, Judge Evie. I have the list of starting occupations.
The worst one is ditch digger.
Why is it the worst? I think you were going to say it was the best. That's the worst?
Yeah,
Why is it the worst?
it just sounds boring. It's just dig holes.
Well, the whole idea is it is boring, so you go off to find adventure.
Yeah. But the other ones are cooler.
So you think a dock worker is cooler?
I don't know what that is.
Someone who works at a dock.
What's that? Like a dock, like a boat dock? Or like...
Yeah, like a boat dock.
Oh, no, that's cool because they have a pull. And they can go jabby jab.
Rob says they're all awesome. All right, so that's the worst. What's the best one?
A gong farmer.
The guy that shovels man poop is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that the best?
Well, because it's just iconic.
Okay. You have a pound of poo on your person.
Yeah. Either that or anyone that can have an animal, so then you have a pet.
Okay. We discussed pets, last week?
Yeah.
All right. Don't yawn. Now I need some tea.
Is it too hot or can I drink it? I forgot to put my bands back in.
Well. My
Is it
least
drinkable?
favorite...
Dad, is
Yeah.
it drinkable?
My least favorite, I think the worst, personally, is the halfling glove maker. Because you start out with an awl, which is a dagger, and your gear is 4 pairs of gloves. And I personally feel like getting a dagger is one of the worst things to start with. I mean, usually, there's not many that are better, but... and then, like, how is that still going to help you in the game? Whereas if you were an artisan... You can say, because like what that does is essentially your occupation, your GM might allow you a +1 dice step or +3 to your skill checks and anything that has to do with that. So if you were a ditch digger, then maybe you could try to tell your GM, hey, I'm very sturdy because I'm a ditch digger. So when I'm trying to have a high stamina and to work out and stuff, I can endure it because I'm a ditch digger. Whereas what you're going to do is if you're making gloves, I don't know. And I think that the best of the bunch, my personal favorite is Elven Navigator. And that's only because you're an elf, which I still have a belief the elf is maybe the strongest class because you do have magic and you're a decent fighter. I really like the elf class a lot, and I've never played an elf in DCC. Go figure. You have a short bow, which is a ranged weapon, so that's always a positive. And then the last thing I think is a positive is your starting gear is a spyglass, which I think is a pretty valuable piece of equipment, and you could sell that for money.
This tea smells like a Starbucks cake pop. Smell it. It does.
It does.
It's weird.
It's good. Great questions this week. And I want to thank you all for sending them. You can send more questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com.
Yep.
Let's talk Hollow Thanksmas.
Hello, Thanksmas.
You were going to say Halloween, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
So Hollow Thanksmas is that special time of year that's between Halloween
Christmas.
and Christmas, where it's just one uniform holiday, and then some downtime before, the first, before New Year's.
Christmas.
And I'm tired because it's, fall back and everything.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 10 o'clock right now.
I know, that's what it feels like.
Christmas.
So we'll start with Halloween and do our
That's a good
special.
Hall-
This
that's
is our.
the second
That was
best-
yesterday.
That's the second.
Hope you had a
best
good Halloween.
holiday.
Again, costumes. We thought we would, talk about how we did Halloween yesterday because it was somewhat COVID related in that my wife created a special extendable. We can't get it.
We didn't get the pumpkins.
Oh well. This tape device where she
I have a
stuck.
picture of my pumpkin.
She stuck.
show it.
Don't show the picture
I
of the
want to
screen.
show my pumpkin.
She stuck the candy to the tape on the end of an extension pole, and she put it over the edge so kids could take their candy off. We only had like 20 kids, so it's just kind of a shame. Halloween's the closest to a religious holiday that we have. Not that we celebrate any of the traditional pagan holidays around this time of year, but I feel like it's my sacred duty. It's always my favorite holiday to make sure we're out there giving out candy no matter what. So we stood outside and we danced for like 2 hours. I danced in my wizard costume. We had music playing.
Do that.
What?
We didn't dance outside.
Your mom and I were dancing back and forth. What are you talking about?
I was doing it too. Look, I like pumpkin.
All right, show your pumpkin to the screen.
I carved a pumpkin, guys. Whoa.
It's a Totoro pumpkin. She had a good time. It's just weird because, I don't know. Everything feels like, I know it's Halloween, but it's not Halloween. Rob at a candy tube. I've heard of people trying that. How did it work? So it's like a chute, like a piece of gutter or something. Is that how you did it? I love that idea. We were debating giving candy out until I realized that we have to. We can't not give candy out.
That's true. We made a bunch of different bags.
Yeah, so we are always careful to make sure that there's bags for kids that have peanut allergies so they don't have to, since we are an allergy household, we always make sure folks have some good options, So,
we had lots of different
remember at the
bags.
beginning of 2020 how excited everyone was for when, this is really, I'm taking it down. That's it. It's coming down.
Oh,
I know.
That's bad. That's really. Don't put it back on. Oh my god, it's so
No,
bad. It's
no,
so bad.
It's bothering my head.
Oh, Dad, it's awful.
I don't care. There we go. I wore it for too long yesterday. I'm done with it.
Do we have any hats? There's no freaking hats.
This is the hair now.
No.
The transformation. I don't know. It feels like everything's kind of muted right now. I'm guessing Thanksgiving will feel the same and Christmas will as well.
I don't think Christmas will feel that bad.
I think it will.
Christmas Eve is gonna feel off, but Christmas Day I'll feel fine.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as we put up our Christmas decorations tomorrow, we'll be fine.
We did celebrate with the gaming Friday and the gaming today. There are some great DCC modules out there that you can run during the holiday season, and since Hollow Thanksmith is one giant holiday, you can run them right now. We have, so if you look, DCC has Good Memes a line of horror adventures. So Web of All Torment is a horror adventure. Shadow Under Devil's Reef, I've run this. This is great. Creep Scribe Creep, haven't read that yet. Will be, though, soon. That's a horror adventure. Evie's yawning. The Sinister Sutures of the Temptress. Also a horror adventure. They Serve Brandolin Red, horror adventure. And then the one that I ran on Friday, that I'll be reviewing this Thursday, The Corpse That Love Built. Also a horror adventure. So if you love horror, these horror theme modules are wonderful. Not to say there aren't other adventures you can turn into horror adventures, or adventures you can turn into Thanksgiving adventures. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a fun chat this week. But, you know, there's... What?
Try not to yawn again.
Oh my gosh.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just start wrapping up here then.
No.
I'm gonna pull.
I'm not actually tired.
So,
I'm
Judge
just
Evie, what
tired.
is a good horror adventure for you? What do you like to see in a horror adventure?
I don't like horror adventures, and it's horror, by the way.
Horror.
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 A horror event.
Horror.
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror.
It's not a
It
horror
sounds like you're
movie.
saying something else. It's a horror adventure.
No, it's a horror movie or horror adventure.
A horror? Like
No, horror.
horror.
No, horror.
Let's do a test. I'm gonna write 3 words. All right. And we're gonna see what you say. Okay. We have this one. We have this one. And we have this one. So show the audience these 3 words. That's how Evie says them. Say the first one.
Mary.
Say the next one.
Mary.
Say the next one.
Mary.
Do you say them all the same?
Yeah. How do you say them?
Say them again.
Mary.
Next one.
Mary.
Next one.
Mary. Merry Christmas. I'm gonna get married. And Mary.
This is how I know you're a Pittsburgher. Because
What?
that is not the right pronunciation of this
Yes,
stuff.
it is.
Mary. Mary. Mary.
No, wait, no. Go. How do you do the first one?
And horror.
No,
horror.
how do you do the first one?
Mary.
Mary.
Mare.
Mare?
Mary.
Mary?
Yeah, and marry.
Mary?
And, yeah, and Mary.
Mary.
Mary. We have a
Mary.
question here from Rob, or comment.
That's
I like
weird.
the monsters and zombies, werewolves, and vampires. Oh my. That is a great way to do the horror. That is definitely the old school. That's not my style of horror. Like what's your favorite horror movie? Like for me, it gets no better than stuff like Hostel and
Ew.
Saw and stuff,
I don't like horror movies.
and a certain movie about a German doctor that sews people together.
Human Centipede! I want to watch Human Centipede.
Not with me around. You aren't watching that.
Yeah, I want to watch it with you.
No,
Why
you're
not?
not. No,
Why not?
No, that's the kind of movie that like you show up at like a friend's house and watch, and you don't want your parents to know you watched it.
Why?
Because we're not watching that movie together.
Why?
Because we're not.
Okay.
The Green Room. What was The Green Room?
I don't know.
What's a horror movie you've seen recently? I'm not watching much horror. I feel like there's horror for reals right now.
What did we watch yesterday?
Well, a couple days ago we watched Crazy Sexy Love, right?
Yeah.
Or Crazy Stupid Love, not Crazy Sexy Love. Crazy Stupid
Sexy
Love.
Love.
No, Crazy Stupid Love.
I mean, Spookly the Square Pumpkin's pretty scary.
Is that horror inducing?
Yeah, look how. Here, I'll show you a picture of him, okay?
The Green Room is a Patrick Stewart as the big evil. What? Patrick Stewart is a bad guy? That's not right. I'm getting pretty warm now, I gotta say. Wearing this is, you know.
See? Look how scary he is.
Hold the picture up.
Look, guys, it's Spookly.
That's not scary.
It's Spookly the Square Pumpkin. What do you mean?
I think we're failing out on this episode. We don't have the material prepared. I think because you know what? You know why? So we plan a Halloween episode, which we should have done last week, I think. Because, like all holidays, since it's the day after Halloween, I mean, don't you feel like you're kind of deflated out of the holiday a little bit? Like, that's how Christmas feels. The day after Christmas is over.
Yeah,
you
true.
know? The only holiday that never ends is COVID.
Ew.
Which has started in March and hasn't ended yet.
True.
So that's awful. Anyway, moving on. Not to talk about otherwise. Kickstarter shout-outs. I don't have one. So if you wouldn't mind, if you see something out there we should be promoting, please let us know. We'd love to share some love. And Road Crew shout-outs, just the note that Spawn of CyclopsCon is coming. I guess that you can maybe still sign up for Gamehole Con online. Don't know. But if you know of any other online cons, let us know. No featured organization for good this week. Just going to tell you to go vote. Okay? You got a couple days left.
Yes, please.
Please make it a point. Go early. And, let your voice be known because we definitely need people voting this year. A lot of people. So, and then where to find us elsewhere online?
Oh, I Live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, and search Living for Crits on YouTube.
So, this Thursday is going to be the Corpse That Love Built review by me. And as always, be safe, be healthy, be kind, and unleash the hollow Thanksmas.
Oh, I know what I'll say. Christmas time is here. We're gonna put up our tree tomorrow.
We are not.
Yes,
No, we're not.
We can make a
Good
Halloween
night.
tree.
No. Bye.
Bye.